Three, two, one, let's go. Here we are, 401 Sports World Network on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on 401 Sports World Network on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok under MISTERFOURONEONE. Hey, we are here. It's the Fantasy
Three.
Football Show. What's up, calculator?
Greetings and salutations, Mr. 411. I, I,
Yes.
I always like to say another great week. Well, not so much for yours truly, but it was another week, and we'll go over it in detail, and people will know why the calculator is not in such a good mood this week.
Okay. And then we have the guy who's on the album cover here, LT.
Yeah, that's right. Get people ready for another week. So
Yes. What's up, LT?
Ready to go. Let's
I
talk
bet.
about it.
I bet. Because you made your mark, if you will, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's do it, man. We're gonna today we're covering what news and notes. Got to get some catch
yeah,
up on all that stuff going on. There's been some injuries and all that, so I'm sure guys are gonna be talking about that. We also gonna hit the waiver wire because look, we have to hit the waiver wire. I mean,
that's
and
right.
there's the guy right there on the big screen, the waiver wire warrior LT. So that's gonna be an awesome segment. Of course, the listener league. That's gonna be an awesome segment. And then we have the mini draft, which is not going to be such an awesome segment for Mr. 401, but it's still an awesome segment altogether,
Hey,
especially for
Miss
especially for
Mister
LT.
Mr. 411 has only himself to blame on the mini draft. Just want to say.
He does, but
So,
you remember last week I said there was a method to my madness.
yes, and that's what I'm interested to see what that was.
Yes. All right. Well, before we get to all that, man, let's start out with some news and notes.
Wait, another week, another superstar goes down, and unfortunately, this one's for the year. Malik Neighbors, ACL
Oh,
tear. Hey, let's just hope
yikes.
he's back for week one in 2026. So yeah, just a brutal injury. And a lot of people talk about the turf, and I really don't think it's the turf. It's just one of those things where he went up a certain way, and he didn't go up, and body. You could say he was trying to avoid contact or what. Regardless, he just came down wrong and is an ACL tear. Just a brutal injury, and then Tyreek Hill, dislocated knee. And you may say, hey, can't they just pop that thing back in? No. This type of knee dislocation involved several tears of various tendons in the league. A lot of words as I've been hearing for a guy that relied on his speed, and he was getting up there in age. This could be a career ender. So I mean that's just what I'm hearing. So Malik Neighbors, don't worry about. He'll definitely be back next year due to being young and getting the best rehab and doctors working on you. But Tyreek Hill, the type of injury could be a career ender. Lamar Jackson, a lot of people were saying he kind of just it was one of those things where he couldn't get it going during the game and it was kind of like a blowout. So, is he hurt or is he just, precaution? I'm hearing that he's already uncertain for the next week. So this could be a lingering issue. And if it is a hamstring, they have a week 6 bye, or I'm sorry, a week 7 bye. So that'd be they could he could take this week off, next week off, and then they get that third week bye as a week off. So he could miss the next 2 weeks. The thing is, Baltimore is not 3-1 or 4-0 like a lot of people thought. They're 1-3. However, they're in the same division as Cleveland and Cincinnati. So and yeah, Pittsburgh is doing well compared to these other guys, but it's not like these other guys are going to be running away for the division. So Baltimore, in theory, could take their time and just make sure he's healthy. If he's not healthy, come back at full strength on that. Bucky Irvin played deep into the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden, he wanted an MRI. Don't know if it was a knee. Nobody knows. All I know, it was undisclosed. So that is something to take into account since you have early waivers. Brock Purdy, toe soreness. Someone would expect. He just got back from a 2-week absence. Did not practice Monday. Did not practice today. And it's a quick turnaround. So you might have to fire up your shares of Mac Jones if Brock Purdy cannot make it. But yeah, him not practicing today is really ominous. Terry McLaurin, positive updates after the game, but still have not gotten practice reports on him. But I think him and Jane Daniels will be back this week. Another back to the 49ers, Ricky Pearsall, PCL injury. Consider him questionable. However, again, did not practice Monday. He also did not practice today. So yeah, that is are these quick turnarounds and a tough defense coming up in the Rams. They might just have to take the L on this one, folks, and just roll out with Mac Jones and Demarcus Robinson and Kendrick Bourne and see what happens. Darnell Mooney, wide receiver for the Falcons, hamstring injury. They have a week 5 bye, but this is a re-aggravation, it looks like, of what held him back in the first 2 weeks. I'm not optimistic for anybody that has Darnell Mooney, but hey, that just means more Drake London, more Kyle Pitts, more Bijan Robinson out of the backfield. So more targets for those other pass catchers. Braylon Allen had a ruled out quickly with a knee injury on Monday night. I'm hearing he will miss time. Fire up. Hey, we might just talk about Isaiah Davis on the waiver wire. Cedric Tillman, hamstring injury. He's already been placed on IR. So the next 4 weeks for him, he is out. So that just means more target share for Fannin, the tight end. Njoku might actually get more targets now, and Jerry Jeudy should increase his target share. Jaylen Warren, a surprise scratch from the Dublin game. The good news, hey, they're on a bye this week, so I think it was one of those things like, hey, don't chance a re-aggravation. We got a week 5 bye. I think Jaylen Warren will be a week 6. He'll be back in week 6. So we'll talk about it on the waiver wire. Might have to temper expectations for week 4 stud who made our stud list in Kenneth Gainwell. Miles Sanders departed Sunday night game with an ankle injury against the Packers. They're saying it's not severe, but hey, that could be good news for Jaden Blue. Alec Pierce missed week 4 with a concussion, should become week 5, especially since Adon Mitchell did not get into the good graces, even if it was a phenomenal catch and a touchdown, and then fumbles the ball as he's going into the end zone untouched. So Alex Pierce might be back. Tyjae Spears, they did activate him off IR. He's in the 21-day window, so he can be practicing. He'll have to be activated within 21 days. Taysom Hill, same thing. He's been activated. That will affect Juwan Johnson target share. So just be aware of that. So just some injuries that we have to watch in. We'll talk a little bit more on those injuries and how it affects the waiver wire shortly. But that's pretty much it for the news and notes. LT, did I miss anything? Do you have anything that you want to bring to the table?
No, I think you covered all the injuries.
Okay. All right, back to you, Mr. Foreman.
Okay, well, hey, man, there's a lot going on, man. There's some guys out for the year, man. Some brutal injuries, man. And but that's the world of pro football. That's how it goes, man. So that's why it's important, man, for that waiver wire segment coming up soon.
Landmines everywhere. You're just trying to dodge.
Yeah, you just hope it don't happen to your team.
Yeah, it's like, whoo.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, that's enough then for news and notes, man. It was kind of somber, man. Like, golly. What can we go to next to cheer us up a little bit, Calculator?
Studs, it's not going to cheer some people up if we go to the duds. So we'll just go to the studs first.
Okay, let's do that.
So, hey, we talked about it. Kenneth Gainwell, great game in Dublin. Hey, Mr. 4-1, I know you'd be happy with your man, Ashton Genty. Woo!
Oh, come on.
Look at that. I mean, a touchdown. I mean, goodness gracious, that's just that says it all. Just look at the stat lines. All you need to say. But man,
Yeah.
number one wide receiver, Puka Nakua. I mean,
Puka.
and this time he got a touchdown. You know, his worst stat this year is like 114 yards. He has not got under 100 yards yet this season. Puka Nakua is rolling, and for all those people that were able to get him in the second round due to all
Man.
that Stafford scare about his back, paying off big time dividends. It's crazy to see Justice Hill in here. The most insignificant break off garbage time touchdown you'll ever see. I'm sure Derrick Henry was not thrilled to see all that stuff going to Justice Hill, but hey, it was garbage time. They I guess they didn't want to risk an injury to Derrick King Henry. But hey, Bijan Robinson. I mean, he's doing his best McCaffrey impersonation. And what is that? That's he's doing it on the ground, doing it in the air. But one shocking thing, I don't know if you saw it, Mr. Foreman, but that breakaway he had, he was running, believe it or not, they clocked him at 22 miles per hour, and he still got caught by the linebacker. So that just goes to show you how fast some of those defensive players are. But yeah, can't say he didn't outrun the angle on that one. George Pickens, oh man, see this one hurts me, Mr. 411. This one hurts me because if people follow me in the 411 league, I sat Dak Prescott. I said I did not want him to go against the Green Bay defense, and look what he did without CD Lamb, mind you.
Yeah, without him.
Man, so and George Pickens just ate up that Packers secondary. And he did all this against what was supposed to be a top 5 defense. Michael Parsons revenge game had 2 substitutes, 2 backups on the offensive line, and Prescott just was a surgeon out there. Romeo Dobbs, folks, hey, all he does is catch touchdowns in that game, but I mean, I thought it was going to be a Matthew Golden game, but it was a Romeo Doubs game. And Jordan Love, we talked about it on our starts and of guys that, hey, if you have a quarterback going against the Cowboys, start them up. Monday night, Justin Fields, hey, it looked like Bears Justin Fields. Nothing there. He runs for a 50-yard touchdown. And then, but then just like any Bears has a costly fumble when they're trying to score. So typical Justin Fields, you got to live with the good, live with the bad. Bo Nix, again, product of Cincinnati, playing Cincinnati's defense. Marvin Mims, product of playing the Cincinnati defense. RJ Harvey, product. Hey, is this a broken record? So, and yeah, J.K. Dobbins could have made the list. I think he's the first 100-yard runner for Denver Broncos since Sean Payton took over. So that just goes to show you can start guys. And, I'm not going to get too excited about R.J. Harvey just yet. I love R.J. Harvey at the end of this year, Mr. 411, as he gets more reps. I do think they focused a lot of the R.J. Harvey because of their opponent. They wanted to see what they could get out. They almost treated it as, if you looked at that game, that would look like a preseason game for the Broncos. Anytime they wanted to move the ball, they did. I mean, and yeah, they only scored 28 points, but I mean, they just when they did when they didn't pick up something is because they tried a play that they normally wouldn't try in a close game. In a close game, J.K. Dobbins will dominate the backfield touches at this point. You don't think so, Mr. Fo? You don't think so, LT? What, you think this was R.J. Harvey coming out party?
Here's my biggest problem. J.K. Dobbins ran the whole drive. He got all the way down there to the end. Right when they get to the 3-yard line, he's hollering from the coach, "Coach, I'm tired. Give me some water. That's how R.J. Harvey got his last touchdown. He opted to come out of the game. He said he was tired.
Well, he's tired because he was running 10 yards a pop against the. But I know well, okay, LT. Who are you thinking? Are you taking R.J. Harvey or J.K. Dobbins rest of the season?
I mean, J.K. Dobbins, of course, he's the star. But when you
Okay.
get paid that much money, you should be able to run the whole length of the field.
But when it's not, when it's one of those things that it's one of those things that they didn't need him. They knew they could get the 5 and the 7 yards of carry for J.K. Dobbins. So they can say, "Hey, I think this was strictly game plans." Like, because if you watched early on, the early downs or the early part of the game, R.J. Harvey was featured, and then they got J.K. Dobbins. They said, "Okay, we can get 5 and 6 yards of carry if we want." So I think that's why. But I'm just saying, pump the brakes on R.J. Harvey because J.K. Dobbins is still the main guy in the back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course. But if J.K. Dobbins goes down, then they know they have a featured back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, also, here's something else. I play Prize Picks and I play Underdog. We had Garrett Wilson on 5 catches, and he finally caught the last catch at the end of the game for the pitch for the hook and ladder.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But you know what was brutal about that? If you take away the lateral, he hit right on the dot. Well, it was like 65 and a half, I believe. And then right before that, he got like 65. But hey, we don't care how we get him, right, Mr. 411 and
get
LT. We take garbage point. I call that the Blake Gabbert, Allen Robinson special. For people that know those were fantasy superstars because in the fourth quarter, they were scoring 2 and 3 touchdowns on that connection. And this could be the same thing. Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson just going down the field in garbage time because we don't care how we get them, just as long as we get them. Oh, yeah, Garrett Wilson could have that second touchdown. We got that one call back during what I thought was a picky PI. Because they've let a lot of stuff like that go before, but the Garrett Wilson needs to know this. You can't do that type of interference in front of the official. You got to hide it better. You know what I'm saying? Because they normally don't call that depending on where the official is, but you can't do it right. Hey, that's him being a young player. But hey, I like Garrett Wilson, man, and I mean, he's a number 1 target. He is on a team that will be playing from behind quite often. So yeah, Garrett Wilson, wheels up for Garrett Wilson. Just start him with confidence.
Now let's back up one more day. I got one more comment here.
Okay.
I can't believe I stayed up that late watching a 40-40 tie.
Yeah. Hey, it was one of those things. And you know what? They almost didn't tie. You see, Jordan Love almost run the clock out. He forgot, I guess, the timing. But yeah, hey, I'll take 40-40 ties, Mr. 411. But upset me about a 40-40 tie is I had Javonte Williams and Dak Prescott on the bench. because everybody talked about how good that Green Bay defense was. That's all I heard.
Well, guess who I had on the bench? Romeo Dobbs.
Oh man! Wow.
Yeah. So,
well, that shows how strong your benches are, fellas.
Yeah. Man.
So yeah, look at it that way. Hey, but man, 40-40 tie. Like it seems like each year there's some game that pops up to be the tie. One of these days, I'm gonna figure out and predict in advance what game's gonna be a tie in the NFL. It just gonna happen at some.
Well. And I think it's the new overtime rules that is going to drive that because now, no matter what, both teams get a shot. And that's exactly what happened here. No, they didn't even have a third possession because, what happens is if you score that first time, the second team is going to basically try and drain the clock the rest of the way so that there isn't a third possession. So they're going to say, and so I really think, Mr. 411, the new overtime rules is going to, cause more ties personally.
Yeah. And then factor in how teams are going for 2 and all that a heck of a lot more too. It just kind of, I don't know, it's just a bunch of factors, man. But yeah, I can see that. I can see more ties in the NFL's future with this format now.
Yeah, because this is the first year that new overtime rule where both teams get the ball no matter what. Because remember, both teams used to get the ball unless the first team scored a touchdown. Now, no matter what, both teams touch the ball, regardless.
Yeah.
And the overtime used to be 15 minutes. Now it's down to 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another good factor too. Hey, take it back to the old school. First team score win. Period.
All right. Hey, call me a sucker, but I kind of like that. I
Yeah.
kind of, but people like Patrick Mahomes was crying because of all those games he lost to Brady. I never got to touch the ball. It's like,
You
oh,
did. You had the whole game to
yeah,
touch the ball.
Amen. Mr. 411. Win it in regulation, and you don't have to worry about the coin flip.
Yeah, and that's why you have a defense. That's why you have a special
Yeah,
teams. Like
yeah,
if your team gave it up, hey, your defense didn't do their job. Like
that's right.
so, you did have a chance. Your defense had a chance to stop
Yep,
him.
yep.
So I mean, cry me a river, man. It's all this. It's too much of this stuff, man. But anyway, speaking of crying, man, what about these duds, man?
Well, see, Mr. LT, I'm going to look at mine and your team on in the listener league because I have AJ Brown, you have Lad McConkey. I mean, just two guys. I mean, and guys, y'all tell me, should I worry about AJ Brown?
We talked about this before. Go ahead, LT.
AJ Brown had 2 bad weeks, then he had a really, really good week, and then this week he did nothing again.
I know.
So he's only had 1 good week.
Exactly. So should I worry about him?
I think it's all going to be about game script. I think it's all going to be if they're behind.
I think
if they're going to have to throw the ball.
If you're not worried about him, I'll trade him to you right now on air.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely worried about him.
I said, see, now he's worried about him, Mr. 411. I offered him for a trade.
But I also think that Lad McConkey has also got a problem because there's too many mouths to feed there. They have got 3 number 1 wide receivers, and he's spreading the ball around to all of them.
That's right. Because what does Lad McConkey have now that he didn't have last year as a rookie? Keenan Allen on the team. So Keenan Allen's taking all the intermediate, and now what does he have this year that he didn't have last year? Quentin Johnson's catching the ball. He's not
and scoring touchdowns.
Yeah. So Lad McConkey definitely has a target share problem. And I don't see it changing anytime soon. And now they just lost their backup left tackle. Remember, Slater got hurt in the preseason. They moved their star right tackle, Joe Alt, over to the left side. Well, now Joe Alt, I should have said that on News and Folk because that, he's one of the more important offensive linemen rather than Penei Sewell for Detroit. But yeah, he's out. So we could see a lot more pressures by Herbert trying to throw the ball, which could result again. That guy, Quentin Johnson, and see, that's the good thing about Quentin Johnson. He should have been on our stud list, and we should point that out because he's catching everything.
We pointed out.
Okay, Quentin Johnson, he's a must start. No, even if Herbert's getting pressured on 55%, he's still the first read on 72% of targets. That is crazy. And that's why Lad McConkey, because when he's not looking at Quentin Johnson, then he goes to Keenan Allen, old reliable. So a lot of times, not just third in the pecking order, but third in target share, but third in read progressions. That is a Lad McConkey problem. So that could be an ongoing issue. And David Montgomery, oh my goodness, after just torching the Ravens, just non-existent in a game that they were comfortably ahead in. It was just all Jahmyr Gibbs early and often. So, is that another thing we should worry about? David Montgomery. LT, are you worried about David Montgomery?
No, I'm not worried about Montgomery. He'll be fine.
So the one thing that worries about me about David Montgomery is the type of league. I'm not worried about in standard leagues. I'm worried about in PPR leagues, just because he's not going to get you those PPRs to prop up your stats. And that's why if you have a PPR league, I'm looking at running backs that can get you pepper targets like a guy that'll make our waiver wire. We'll talk about him later on. But Derrick Henry, game script. We always thought he was game script proof. Well, a lot of times it's because Baltimore was always leading. This is one of the few times where I saw them from wire to wire just getting, boat raced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Woodshed. I mean, they said, Derrick Henry, you're not going to beat us. Lamar Jackson, you're not going to beat us. Let somebody else beat them, and they couldn't beat him. So and Jacoby Myers, hey, we were on here and we said, hey, Trey Tucker has to make the waiver wire list because he made 3 touchdowns. But we saw what happens if the Raiders play a team, an average or below team in run defense, like the Bears. Genty can take a game over. And when Genty does what he does, that's going to affect your Jacoby Myers, that's going to affect your Trey Tuckers, and that's going to affect your Brock Bowers. So for Jacoby Meyer owners and Trey Tucker owners, definitely look at run defenses that they are playing in the next game to see if you want to put them in your flex position.
Yep. All right, LT. Anything else on these duds? Not just these, but any other ones that you may want to think of that you had your eye on.
No, let's don't talk about the duds anymore. No.
Well, you don't want to talk about Brian Thomas Jr. as well.
No,
I mean,
no.
You don't want to talk about Sam Laporta.
No.
So I mean, there's a hey, I could go on about duds because I'm going straight down my list of duds.
Let's talk about positive things.
So okay, well we talked a little bit about see Saint Brown, Saint, they called him Saint Touchdown Brown, with what he's been doing. 5 touchdowns.
Did you see the headstand in the end zone?
Oh, I love it. Hey, though, there's only one touchdown celebration I like better than the headstand, and that's the Scatterboo flip. Scatterbo, man, when he goes in that end zone, whether he's scoring a touchdown or he's getting a 2-point diversion, he does the flip. And for a guy that big to do a flip, yeah, we've seen Tyreek. Hey, remember Tyreek Hill's flip? He did it when he had that Go camera and did the flip. That was great. But Scatterbo's twice as big as Tyreek Hill, and a big guy doing a flip, that's athleticism, folks.
Absolutely. All right. Well, hey, we done take care of studs and duds, news and notes. Hey man, it's important. This is LT's segment right here.
Yeah,
besides the mini draft.
The top guy that everybody's talking about, if you listen to our show, hopefully you picked him up last week. Woody Marks is no longer out there. He's in a league that we're in because we said pick up Woody Marks. He will take over for Nick Chubb. Guess what? It happened last week. He outsnapped Nick Chubb 40-3, playing 48% of Houston snaps, he scored 27 PPR points. And folks, I love Woody Marks because he is the top. If you got chips to burn, if you got chips to play, that's a 60 to 70% of your pot to go in for a Woody Marks because he's not just a runner. He can catch the ball. He was a pass catching specialist out of college. So Woody Marks is top the guy. Now, everybody's going to say Kenneth Gainwell. I'm going to pump the brakes on Kenneth Gainwell. Well, for 2 reasons. Jaylen Warren will be back in week 6. And they got to bye this week. So let other people spend the money on chasing touchdowns, chasing production, because it was one of those things where they were in a Minnesota defensive body clocks were still on Eastern time, or Mountain. Or they're not Mountain. I think Minnesota's Eastern. But anyways, their body clocks were all messed up because Gainwell had a field day on them, and also it helped that they got a big lead so they could lean on Gainwell. But yeah, he won't get the lion's share of carries when Warren comes back. This was a precautionary. Warren was strictly out. If Pittsburgh was playing next week, I have a feeling Warren probably would have been in this week. But they're saying, hey, we got an off week next week. Let's give him 2 weeks rest on that. Oh, should I trade James Cook for St. Brown? Hey, if somebody will give you St. Brown for James Cook, I'll take it right now. James Cook is of course, we said it in the preseason, an unsustainable touchdown rate, right? But he's still doing it. I mean, what can you say? The guy has been amazing. And the thing is, look at Buffalo's upcoming schedule. Miami, New England. I like that matchup. Although, well, I'm going to take that back. I'm sorry. New England, as far as they are number 3 in run defenses. So James Cook, hey, Atlanta, decent run defense and a bye. Hey, yes, James Cook is a trade candidate due to his next next 3 weeks. If somebody's willing to give you St. Brown for James Cook, I'm making it. What do you think, LT?
It's going to be very close, and it all depends on what you
And
need.
he lost he lost Neighbors. So he just said he lost his number one wide receiver in Neighbors. So that's a need trade as well. So Baylor man, I would, if somebody will give you St. Brown for James Cook, I would do it, and I would offer it and hope he takes it before he looks at Buffalo's next 3 games, which is two top 10 run defenses and a bye in the next 3 weeks.
All right, we appreciate Baylor man.
Yeah,
great question there, man. Make it happen out there, Baylor man. Get that trade rolling.
And hey, what about if you need immediate help, Jackson Dart. He's available in a lot of leagues. A quarterback. What if we always talk about quarterbacks we like on this broadcast, Mr. 401? We like guys that like to run.
They got some wheels on them.
They got wheels, and I mean, not only did Jackson Dart complete 60% of his passes for a touchdown, he ran for 54 yards and a score. Got their first win against the Chargers. Hey, a lot to the chagrin of a lot of Survivor owners. That really hurt. And hey, I'm going to talk about your quarterback, Mr. 411. What do you think about old Sam Darnold? What has he been delivering
in Seattle?
Yeah.
I mean, depending on who you're playing, hey, he's a good quarterback to have. I mean, to pick up, especially depending on the opponent. I mean, he's been solid. And this week, Tampa Bay, Seattle's hosting Tampa Bay in the big silver anniversary. Isn't that what they call it when it's 50 years?
Yep.
The silver anniversary matchup with the Seahawks and Buccaneers. Yep. Quick story calculator. Both of those teams came into the league together back in the late 70s, the Seahawks and the Bucs, and they're going to be playing this week. So I hope they both wear their throwback uniforms. That would be a great sight. Yeah. And bring back the King Dome. Back the King Dome for this game.
Man, that'd be great. Tampa Bay, on top of that, Tampa Bay has allowed quarterbacks to post top 10 weekly fantasy finishes in 3 of their last 4 weeks. And those include Michael Penix Jr. and Tyrod Taylor. So I wouldn't say a murderer's row quarterback, but those 2 guys posted top 10 fantasy. So you could do a lot worse than Sam Darnold this week as a streamer.
Very good. Very good. Very good. All right.
As you see, these waiver wire guys, hey, LT, why are these New York Giants at the top of these lists for wide receivers? Didn't we just talk about a guy who got a monster share of targets out? Okay, so here's what you do. This depends on your type of league. I have Wan'Dale Robinson the top of my targets out of Giants if it's a PPR league, because he's going to get. If you are in a standard league, and I'm in 2 standard leagues, I have Darius Slayton above because he is going to be more of the touchdown guy. And, so that's something you need to look about. But another thing on this waiver wire, Darren Waller.
Yeah, where did he come from?
I mean, he been out. I mean, he looked good. But folks, we talked about it before. If you're chasing touchdowns, yes, he had 2 touchdowns. Folks, Darren Waller's was on 10, had 10 snaps. so you can say glass half full or glass half empty. He had 10 snaps. Glass half full, of those 10 snaps, he caught 2 touchdowns. So you can say it. But yeah, if you're looking for tight ends, I like the Britton Strage, Darren Waller if you need it, because we have seen it. Tight end is a wasteland, but a guy that I know is out there that you might be thinking, Theo Johnson. There's a theme here.
Ooh.
Tight end for the New York Giants.
Oh, man. Theo Johnson. Okay.
That's right. Hey, Johnson scored on a goal line shovel pass, and that is the red zone usage you want if you need a tight end. Hey, Neighbors absent frees up 29% of target shares. All right. What they've gotten over the 3 weeks. I'll say what would it say 7% to Wan'Dale, 7% to Slayton. That still leaves another 15%. It's safe to say another 10% maybe for a tight end. What is a young rookie quarterback best friend? It's a tight end. Theo Johnson, if you are a tight end starved guy, if you're still trying to find a replacement for George Kittle on your bench, you could do worse than Theo Johnson. So I really like Theo Johnson just because of more targets and red zone usage and a young quarterback.
All right. Hey, we got another question out here, gentlemen, too.
Can you put that up there again? Oh, hey, look, Theo Johnson. He did make the list. Okay, would you trade Rashee, Addison over 100 yards, and Charbonnet for Brees? And now, Rashee Rice, you still got to wait a few more games. This is, how is your team doing? If you need to win now, you go ahead and get Brees and Tet. If you are in 3-1, 4-0, no, because Rashee Rice is the most valuable player in that trade, in my opinion. Now, Brees is going to eat the next few weeks because, well, first of all, he's going to get more carries because Braylon Allen got hurt. So but hey, folks, how does Dallas sound coming up? Granted, they do have Denver the week after that, but then Carolina, you can run against them. Cincinnati, you can run against them. So you have 3 nice matchups. Brees Hall helps you a lot. So yes, I would make that trade. If I could get Brees and Tet for Rashee and Addison and Charbonnet, and you need wins now, I would make that trade. If you don't need the help now, no, I'll hold on to Rashee Rice because he will be valuable come fantasy closing season and the fantasy playoffs. And Addison, he already got 100 yards, so he'll be always a pass first offense in Minnesota. Yes. Okay. You have my blessing. I can't speak for LT. I'm not going to speak for 401, but if you want calculators, honest opinion, 1 and 3, go and get Brees Hall because Ted McMillan is still Ted McMillan's a great. I think Ted McMillan. I would take Ted McMillan ahead of Addison straight up. The only thing is, Rashee Rice isn't going to help you at 1 and 3. You're going to get help with Ted. He's going to replace the Addison production, and Brees Hall is more valuable than a guy splitting targets with Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. So yes, take that because Brees Hall is the guy that will tilt it in your favor.
What say you, LT?
I agree. Because Tet on that team, he's the only one that they've got to catch the ball.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, and we saw that he can get garbage time too, as we saw. I still don't understand football, the NFL itself, for one, because I don't know how Carolina can blow out the Falcons one week and then get blown out by the Patriots the next week. So you go and try and figure that one out, Mr. 411.
I mean, only thing I can say is they were not in Charlotte last week. They was in New England. I mean, that's the only thing I can think about there. Hey, we appreciate you too. So we, keep those questions going.
Keep questions coming. We'll do our best to analyze it. That's what we analyze. We analyze need, and if you needed help now, help later, or hopefully a lot of people that are listening to our broadcast, Ms. 401, is having good seasons.
Oh yeah. Man, I'm thankful that they're hitting that subscribe button and that share, because sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring, folks.
Man, don't forget that notification bell too and the thumbs up. But yeah, you definitely do those 4 things. Hey, we're here, man. We all together. We all one. All right.
So another waiver wire, and you're continuing. Jake Tunges, folks. I already talked about Pearsall possibly an out. Juwan Jennings banged up. Kittle on the IR. Jake Tungus, somebody's got to catch the ball in San Francisco LT. So it's like you can do worse than the top tight end. And I do want to, Isaiah Bond. The reason he made this, folks, I don't know, but if you listen to our CTL podcast, we talk a lot of that's our college football. But we had Texas on a lot of our CTLs last year, and that was because they had Isaiah Bond and on there and Matthew Golden. Those guys were excellent for Texas. So yeah, with the Cedric Tillman injury, Jerry Jeudy dropping balls, and and Joe Flacco throwing at a historic rate, somebody's got to catch the ball in
Right,
Cleveland.
right.
Why not Isaiah Bond, who has flashed in the past that he can catch the ball, and he can be the deep threat for the Cleveland Browns. And Rachaad White. Oh, Rachaad White and Sean Tucker, the two
Okay.
Tampa Bay running backs, folks. The reason they make we talked about in the injury section. Thank you, Ms. Producer, for putting that Rachaad White up there, because that reminded me. We don't know what type of injury Bucky Irvin has, but we just know you don't get MRIs unless something doesn't feel right, right? So, hey, if he's going to take a couple weeks off, Rachaad White, now his role is not going to change much because he's still going to catch all the passes. I think Sean Tucker, that's where you can get the carries. Sean Tucker has showed he can be a capable fill-in if you need to lean on him. So, yes, both running backs for the Tampa Bay can be stashes or speculative ads before the news comes out on Tampa Bay. And hey, this is bye week time, folks. I mean, this is when you need to hit the waiver wire. Matthew Golden and all your Green Bay Packers on a bye. Your Bijan owners on a bye. Caleb Williams, Odunze, DeAndre Swift, pretty much starters in fantasy on a bye. Jaylen Warren on a bye. So yes, those are bye weeks that, hey, got to look at. Wait, hey, I'll take a speculative ad if I gotta, fill an extra flex spot because Bijan's off.
Yeah, and I have Bijan in all the leagues that I'm participating in, so I was kind of gearing up for this week 5, and I'm glad he had a great week in week 4.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. Anything else before we get out of that waiver wire and bye weeks, LT?
Yeah, I've got a couple for you. I've got a couple specials, and a couple that the calculator may not like, but I've got some names for you.
Okay.
Bring it on.
All right. Right now, my top handcuff is going to be Blake Corum. Blake Corum is definitely one you need to pick up.
Yeah,
Okay.
but LT, I'm going to stop you there. It's not that I don't like you there, but I only saw him available in 40% of leagues when I looked at him. So, but yes, I'm with you. Blake Corum, if he's available, he should go right below Woody Marks. I would have him as my number 2 guy because he not only is he the handcuff to Kyron Williams, he's actually starting to increase the snap count week to week.
Yeah. Who else you got, LT?
Now, we were also talking about
LT.
We were talking about Ted McMillan, and you know who's coming off the IR? Jalen Coker is coming off the IR.
Oh,
and Ted needs some help.
Yeah.
So that is definitely somebody to look towards.
Yes, and he is available in a lot of leagues because a lot of people didn't use their IR spots on Coker. They used them on other people. So yes, that's definitely a guy. I like Coker because Carolina's going to be behind a lot. So what's that mean? They're going to pass a lot. So yes, I like Coker.
All right, and my last positive for you, Kendre Miller.
I like it.
You knew it was coming. It's off of your Saints.
Yeah.
Kendre Miller had 41% of the plays last week. He also had 5 red zone touches. 5 of the 7 red zone touches. Yeah. Kamara got 2. Kendre Miller got 5.
Yeah, and in his usage going up, the reason it's going up is because Kamara's been going down. Look at the amount of snaps of Kamara, and I'm going to talk about the Kamara going down. In week 2, Kamara had 61 snaps, which is 86%. Week 3, 54 snaps at 74%, and week 4, 49%, 73%. So, like you said, with Kamara's going down, well, why is it going down? Because the Saints are liking Kendre Miller. So very good thing. Yes, 3.9 yards per carry for Kamara, and that's what they're saying. Hey, Kendre Miller was a beast at TCU. People might not remember that. And they, his senior year, they made the title game. He literally got hurt in the semifinals after they upset Michigan, and I think that was one of the reasons. Well, one of the reasons, and that Georgia, took them to the woodshed in there. But I'm telling you, they couldn't control the ball. They didn't have Kendra Miller to help them running the ball. So Georgia was able to shut down the awesome passing defense because they didn't have the threat of Kendra Miller. But yeah, Kendra Miller, and he looked spry against that Buffalo defense. So
He
yeah, I
did look
like that.
good. Yeah. Okay. Any more nuggets there, LT?
No, that's all I got.
Okay, that's the waiver wire warrior, LT. And I'm gonna tell y'all, everybody out here that's watching, all those names that we have on the screen, they're all on Larry's team. They're all on LT's team. I don't know how he had enough roster spots, but I mean, somehow, some way, he's picked all these guys up. At least it feels that way.
Yeah.
And he picked them up weeks ago. So you gotta hit that subscribe and that notification bell and share because, well, some of y'all may not share because you want to have advantage over some other people.
Themselves, right?
But share the people that you don't play fantasy with. At least do that. But yeah, you need to do that because LT's ahead of the curve out here, y'all.
Yeah. Oh, and got another question on the board. This is actually an easy one. I'm going with Judkins. Judkins for Cleveland has been a beast, and he gets the same team in London that just gave up 2 touchdowns to Gainwell. So
yeah, that's right.
I'm taking Judkins. Pearsall is hurt, and a quick turnaround might not even play. And Benson, he was splitting more time with DeMarcado than I was, liking. And they got a decent run defense. I believe they have Tennessee. Yes, Tennessee has been bad, but as far as running the ball, they've been fairly good in stopping the run. They got a man by Mr. Simmons on the defensive line that can shut down the run if needed. So yes, Judkins is the guy at flex. Man, I wish I had Judkins as a flex because in the leagues I have Judkins, he's my starter in there much less. So
wow,
Baylor, I like you being able to plug in Judkins as a flex player.
Baylor, man, we appreciate it, man. I told you keep it rolling. We got you. Yep. Hey, here's a question.
Dart.
Jackson, Dart, or Herbert? Who do you start?
Herbert, again, he's having more pressures than in the past 3 weeks. He was, bottom in the 20s these past 3 weeks. The only time he's been up there is week 1. Had a great week 1, but we say it on the talk all the time. We love our running quarterbacks, and Jackson Dart, they're going to be behind. They know like the only way they can do is move the ball. Oh yeah, and guess what? Guess what they have this week, Mr. 411. They have the Saints this week. So I think Herbert is a start this week.
All right. Okay. Well, anything else, gentlemen, when it comes to, as it pertains to waiver wire? If we're done, I can go ahead and mark that off, and then we can get to the mini draft. I mean, the listener league.
Yeah,
my goodness, we still got more to go here.
I gave the producers the screen if they want to share last week's lineup. Me and LT might want to close our eyes, LT, because me and you both had a rough week. As you can see, Mr. 411 did not have a rough week. Mr. 411 had his running backs go off. Let's see what Mr. 411. Yeah, Genty. Yeah, Bijan Robinson. And yeah, Saquon Barkley didn't have a good stat wise, but dang, he had 14 carries, which really helped in this type of league. So, Mr. 411, congratulations on your guys going off. So but me and LT did not have such luck. I'm not even going to look at my lineup because I can tell you when you have Jamar Chase on your team and you have AJ Brown on your team, it doesn't matter what Jonathan Taylor does because that kind of sinks what you're doing. Oh yeah, and it don't matter if I had Dak in the lineup. I'd have gotten killed by Captain. Had a great game and LT. Well, I can look at yours because I don't know off the top. Josh Allen was your own guy, but yeah, Ladd, Jalen Waddle. Mr. 411, me and LT, we took it on the chin this week. And hey, that's why we're going to be working the waiver wires, Mr. 411, because we got to get some help.
But what's crazy though is like you named the players that you all have. They're players that everybody will want. So it's just just depend on how it falls from week to week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm still out here struggling trying to get some receiver help.
Hey.
Good thing the running back went off, but I'm
I'm
still
about to
looking
say,
for
Mr.
receiver help.
4-1, I'll offer you a receiver for any of your running backs right now, man. You want AJ Brown? You got AJ Brown. So,
Well, I'll let my people talk to your people,
I'll give
and
you
then let's see
I'll
what
give
come
you
back.
AJ Brown and one of my running backs not named Jonathan Taylor for Genty or
Oh man, see, we almost had a deal, man. We almost had a deal. Yeah, we could package AJ and Jonathan Taylor. We might have
no.
something.
I'm about to say, yeah, that
Oh,
ain't
okay,
happening.
okay.
It's,
Well, we might be able to package something up. But yeah, but no, you guys have players, man, and players that people want and already have too. It's just, hey, sometimes it falls that way, week to week, and that's why we play a whole season.
Yep. And yeah, so me and LT, we're at the bottom of the league, but hey, that's why we do waiver wires. We'll try and work our way back up.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a story because
Mhm.
somebody's gonna rise from the ashes and make a run. It always happens, particularly in this league too. Every year, somebody makes a run, man.
Oh yeah, hey, and every time I get discouraged, the owner of United We Stand, I work with that owner at my place of work, and he said, calculate. He said, don't get upset, man. He said, remember that time you went 0-5 and then you came back and won the league? I said, yes,
Right, the
I will keep
whole
that in
thing.
mind. So,
That's what I'm
so
saying. That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. So it's never over in this
Yeah.
league.
Mhm.
And 2 years ago, I got in the playoffs in the 6th seed and won.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, Mr. 411, LT's bringing that up because he likes to bring up my Christmas Day
Christmas.
massacre in the
Yeah,
championship that he did. He
the
pulled that against
Grinch.
me in the finals.
The
So,
Grinch.
but hey,
And
I will no
and that
longer.
little trophy over my shoulder back there.
Hey, it was well earned because LT. I tried to tell people early. Um, I was trying to help your opponents because I knew I did not want to face you in the playoffs if I had to, because your playoffs started 2 weeks early because you had to win the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Because you had tiebreakers, because you had all those points, you just had a bad luck of scheduling. But yeah,
Mhm.
you went on that, and your playoffs started 2 weeks early, and you crushed teams, and then you just crushed teams in the playoffs, and just beat me on Christmas Day for the championship that year. So yeah, it's never over till it's over, folks.
That's right. Hey, when is the Copier Bowl? I can't wait for that, man. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for the Copier Bowl so we can
Uh,
tell those stories.
Oh man,
So
that. Well, it was funny. I believe the Copier Bowl. Let me see. Yeah, I got. I don't know when that happens, but yeah, when it comes up, we'll definitely have some flashbacks on the Copier Bowl, because that is definitely a grudge match worth restating over and over.
so
Yeah,
now
absolutely.
can we talk about me winning something
Uh,
else?
he wants to go to the mini draft. LT on the. Hey, that's right. LT's favorite part, the mini draft. Hey, I'll bring it up. LT took it to the house. I mean, not even close, Mister
Yeah,
411.
ran
Not
away with it.
even close. I mean, the only thing I won. What now? I did have the highest running back in Bijan, but that couldn't compare to nothing to Puka Nakua basically bringing the title. Hey, and LT had the 3 pick, and he had the top scorer on the board. So congratulations, LT, on the Puka Nakua pick, and compliment him with Jalen Hurts and McCaffrey. Hey, 100 points in a 4-person mini draft, almost getting 100.
That's impressive.
That's impressive to say the least.
Yeah,
So yeah, because I mean, I don't think nobody's hit over 80 this year. But LT almost got 100. So yeah, LT. That's why he wanted to definitely put that to the test. So
yep.
good job. So now, with that said, we're going to start week 5. Everybody starts anew, and we are going to the famous wheel of names.
Yay, the wheel of names. And as we spin it, hey, we're getting our draft order here. We're going to draft in snake order, 1 through 3, 3 through 1. Looks like 4 and 1 is going to go first.
Again. Hey,
Yes.
I'm gonna have to. Hey, this code in the Wheel of Names was written by Mr. Tyrone Jones Jr. So I think he's part of the production staff, Mr. 41. You need to tell him he needs to rewrite that code.
Are you
So
trying to tell me, you trying to say it's rigged? Hey,
Well, hey,
well,
LT's not upset about it. He won from the 3 spot.
right. He get a back to back is somewhere for either end of it, and you never know how 4-1's going to draft. But yes, we're using the stats from the listener league,
Just exactly like that.
so we do include
Hey,
1 point, what we call it, 0.25
yeah.
per carry. Because we like to give those running backs workhorse credit for handling the rock. Just like PPR, you give 1 point per reception. So we have those stats in there, but that's what we're using. And we draft a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, and a tight end. You can draft them in any order you want, but you get one of each. And then we just match up the numbers each week to see who lands where.
Now,
And there'll be a prize at the end.
yes, sir. And I have a trade proposal. LT,
Ooh.
I will
Ooh.
give you the number 2 spot if you want the number 2 spot. I will gladly take the 3 spot.
We're trading in mini drafts?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I'll trade draft positions. You want to go
First
2?
time in
Or
history.
do you want to keep your 3?
Didn't I win from 3 last week?
You did. I'm just saying you looked a little disappointed. So I would say I'll gladly trade draft slots with you.
I'm okay. I'll take them how they fall.
Okay.
Right. And hey, it worked. I won my game last week in the listener league. So 4-1 he's gonna try again in the mini draft.
Now, I'll trade with you. Hey, Mr. 411. I will trade you the 2 spot for the 1 spot if you want. If you want to be in the middle.
Ooh, I'm gonna stay where I'm at. And there's a reason. There's a reason behind it.
Okay.
There's a slight reason behind it on this particular draft.
Okay. Well, I do have a question. You said there was a method to your madness last week. What was the method last week? And I will refresh your memory if you need to know your picks.
Yeah, please do, because I think none of them helped me last week.
Well, it was just tied in too. Wasn't it? He's tied in.
Yeah, New Joker. You took the guy that's second in target share for the Browns. What was the method to that?
Well, I was playing against him last week.
I gotcha. Okay. I like that. Okay, good answer. Because LT, I remember when LT started his he drafted all his own players.
Yeah.
LT, you can choose anybody. You don't have to choose your players. So I kind of like that. All right, Mr. Fulton, you got first pick, my friend.
Josh Allen.
Oh, okay. He's coming out the board. Okay. Josh Allen. And no, there's no Bijan Robinson. So I cannot
bye weeks.
That's right.
Don't forget the bye weeks. Don't forget the bye weeks, everyone. We had that on an earlier segment.
So hey, how can I not? Hey, I said it before. I say it again. I want the most valuable player that I can think in a consistent basis. So I'm going to go with McBride.
Ooh, okay.
Because I feel that the guy I want is going to fall back to me, and I'll tell you why. If he falls back to me, I'll get him. But if he doesn't, I'm going to take another guy. But I'm going to let LT pick, and I know probably going to pick who he picked last week, right, LT?
I would never.
Okay.
Yeah, well, maybe. I mean, they do look like they're the highest ones on the board. I mean, yeah. Let's change it up, though. Let's change it up a little bit. I think this week I'm going to take Devon Achane.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. He had a good week.
He did have a good week.
Yeah, he did. And he's playing Miami this week at home.
He is playing Miami at home.
Carolina guys.
Now, I really, really hate to take this pick, and I know y'all aren't going to pick him, but I do like the matchup. So I'm going to take Jake Ferguson.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody playing the Jets is a good matchup.
At this point, you're right. All right. So actually both, well, see, I don't need to, I still have 2 receivers that I like. So even if Mr. 411 picks one, I'll get one. I still have 2 running backs that I like. So I'll get one no matter what 411 picks. But I'm not going to take a chance. And I know the quarterback can fall to me because Mr. 411 has a quarterback. So I'm going to have to go running back or wide receiver. But I stated it before, You always pick. I like guys going against Cincinnati.
Mhm.
So I'm going to go with St. Brown as my wide receiver.
St. Brown.
Amon St. Brown, since he's playing
On.
at
Oh,
Cincinnati.
playing the Bengals. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And again, like this is great for people who play the daily fantasy, the
Yeah.
DFS players out there. So you're looking into matchups. You're trying to put all those pieces together, and when you're trying to build your teams, keep that kind of stuff in mind.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's great. That's actually an excellent decision there.
Okay. And now you got back to back for 1-1.
Oh, I do, Donna.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, one thing we didn't really talk about, what's the status of the Raiders and their tight end situation?
He's healthy. I didn't see him questionable.
He just, I mean, to be healthy like that, I mean, I
Now,
thought he
now,
was
now,
going
Mr.
to.
41, I'm going to add this. Just FYI, me and LT already have our tight ends. So
Right. Okay. That's even better. I appreciate that.
okay.
So but I still would like to know. I
Oh, so
mean,
you can think of your last pick of who you
what
want.
in the world happened to Bowers?
Oh, Genty happened to well. First of all, it was injury in week 1, and I think it was injury in week 2, and I think it was strictly, and more of a Trey Tucker happened to him in week 3,
Yeah.
and Ashton Genty happened, and so it's just these other guys are taken away from him. Now Bowers did still have 2 end zone targets, but neither one of them were on target.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I got back-to-back picks, right? So I'm gonna go
Yep.
ahead and do this. And LT, you'll figure this out soon. Kenneth Walker the third as my running back, and Lad McConkey as my wide receiver.
Okay.
Lad McConkey.
Yeah, whatever his name is. He's on
Okay.
LT's team. He's on LT's
Okay.
team.
Okay. The
Any on your
Method
team,
of
LT?
Madness. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get my quarterback, since I know my running back will fall to me because LT already got one. So I'm going. Hey, we always say start your quarterbacks against Dallas. Going with Fields against Dallas this week.
Should have a field day.
Oh yeah, there you go. Give me some Fields. All right, LT, you need a quarterback and a wide receiver.
Well, let's go wide receiver first.
Okay.
I know it's an early game. I know it's a Thursday game, but he is just way too big and way too talented. I'm going back with Puka Nakua.
He's the best, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's see. I know he is questionable. Um, ooh, what about Justin Fields versus
I already
Dallas?
got him. I
Oh,
picked
you
him.
got Justin.
I knew
You
you would
got
go with
Justin.
him. I
Okay.
knew you would see
Okay.
4-on-1. I told you you would
Yeah.
go with him.
Yep.
You got to go with
Okay.
Jared Goff.
So here's the question. Yeah, Jared Goff. Yeah. Right. So here's the question. Since Patrick Mahomes had a good game last week, is he back?
I don't
You can
know.
never count. You can never count him out.
Never
You can never
count him
count that
out.
guy out. Yeah, you just can't. As many times as I wanted to, you can't count him out.
Right. And he did have a
Plus,
real good game last week.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So
He knows what he's doing.
let's go ahead and take Patrick Mahomes only because I'm real scared of the Jaden Daniels injury.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
still up in the air and we don't know anything about it. So let's go with Patrick Mahomes
Hey.
since they are playing Jacksonville.
And like I said, I knew my running back would come to me. Yeah, I don't care if I have St. Brown against Cincinnati, because Denver shows you can have multiple skill players against Cincinnati. So even though I have a St. Brown, I'm going with Jahmyr Gibbs
there
against
you go.
Cincinnati.
All right.
And the reason I did not pick McCaffrey is because
The
McCaffrey
defense.
going against the Rams. Yes, the
The
Rams is a
defense.
good
Yep.
defense. So yes, I'm even though he's going to dominate touches due to all the injuries, I think it's going to be a long, hard road. And Gibbs, even on limited touches, because I think it'll be a blowout against. But I think Gibbs and St. Brown will get them early on, because we know Dan Campbell. he'll keep scoring. Just ask that Chicago team 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. No matter what they get, they'll keep scoring.
There's also one more thing. Instead of Christian McCaffrey, there is also another McCaffrey in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
And his name is Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah. Caught a touchdown last week, in a matter of fact. 2 weeks in a row, matter of fact, back-to-back
Yes.
with a touchdown.
Larry,
And he has been playing very well.
Yes.
LT, what player do you not watch in the NFL? Oh, man.
Well, the key is if you play more prize picks and more underdogs, you start watching more players and less about the actual team. Unless it's 40-40.
Yeah.
Now the good thing about 40-40 is all the overs hit. Everything in that game, all the overs hit. That game actually fed families.
I bet it did. That's like the Nuggets of the late 80s.
Well, although LT, word on the street is a lot of people were taking Dak unders against that Green Bay defense. So that torpedoed the people that had the
ones that had Dak, but man, all the other ones.
And Javonte, both of them hit over. But if you were betting unders, you got bit on those. And the reason I say that is because I was one of them. So, I'm not gonna lie. So.
Well, and with the final pick, 4-1 takes Bowers.
Okay.
You got my whole team over there, don't you?
That's his method to his madness. He's his opponent. He's going to just pick their players because if they go off, they're going to win him the mini draft. If they don't go off, that means he most likely won his matchup. So yeah, I see where you're going, Mr. 4-1. Either way, you win.
He's just putting the bad juju on me. He's trying to jinx my players.
So yeah, I got what Mr. 4-1's doing. I like it though. I like it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I see. Good job, Mr. 4-1. Very
well. We'll find out after this week. Yeah. All right. But yeah, that's fun, man. So there's the mini draft. LT's favorite part of the show. As you can see, the lamp is right there over his left shoulder.
Well, now he only got the lamp because of the listener league. I got the old mini draft prize. I ain't got to meet the owner of the company as well when she gave it to me. Very nice. Man. So it was a great time.
You guys have the hardware there. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can get me a lamp or something this year. Hopefully. All right. Well, hey, that's it for today, guys. Hey, man, we appreciate those questions.
Another great show.
Absolutely. Always a blast. But look, make sure everybody to make sure to hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss this stuff. No. I mean, there was a video posted that we posted either today or yesterday about the Ashton Genty segment that LT had mentioned, last week. And man, that thing, people are looking at that video left and right now. So you got to keep up with us, man, because the knowledge is here, man. The calculator brings it and LT brings it. And so, and they're willing to share it. So, man, y'all make sure you follow us and tune in. All right. LT, appreciate you being on. Calculator, appreciate you being on.
Absolutely.
Another great week of the 4-1 SportsWorld Fantasy Football Show.